tell you I could bottle that. Lovely. Cuckoo.
It's lovely, I mean, look at her.
Climbing day. I'm gonna try this new fancy rigging. It's all this ripsaw rigging. These boys have impressed me. Super impressed me. This thing, I just did a couple of mods to it myself. You know, always got to buckenize it a little bit. When you've been around for a little while and you run a system, you're just used to a system, and which involves dogs and mufflers and things that make your day go easier, especially when you're a little older. And then you've been on it, you just want to stick to your game, stick to your system, not work against the already physical work. Go with the flow, they say. Hey friends. I like seeing it on Purple Beech Tree. I've worked all up and down here through the years, like all over the place, friends. We're heading to an interesting one right now. It's an alder snag. I reckon I've seen a lot of alder snags. Matter of fact, an alder snag's what almost took me out logging years ago, falling. And friends, I did a spiral thin here years ago on is this it? No, it isn't. It's a monstrous tree, and I'm going to show it to you. And I'm talking, I thinned it. I wish I had footage of it. That was way back. But it is a big tree. I'm going to show it to you right now. And I thinned it, friends. They wanted it cut down. I said, oh, please don't do that. Check this out. Okay, so here it is. This tree right here. This great big fir right there. And it's big. There it is on the stump. It is easily 3.5 to 4 foot on the stump. Second growth fir. It's ginormous, actually. I went up to the very crown, we thinned it, spiral thinned it, and you can imagine the foliage that came out of that freaking thing, and there it still stands today, looking like a normal tree. Friends, I thinned that thing, I'm thinking 10 years ago. About 10 years ago. You'll see the wounds if we zoom in and look. And I'm talking, I don't know, it was beautiful. Anyways, here comes this snag. We're pulling into this snag now. I think I'm gonna back in the driveway. Here's that tree again right there. Look at it. We'll shoot this. So friends, we're down here. I'll show you what we've got. This is actually very interesting, friends, and this is how you identify, like as you go through the years in the tree, on your tree journey. Dead and decayed trees are obviously a tree climber's, it's a nightmare for some of us in some situations. But as you go through your journey, backlog what you did behind you, backlog it in your brain. Take a look at branch configuration. Is there any seed pods left on it? Is there, like, what's left on the freaking tree? Like, here's 2 alder trees. Boom, boom. This one's got a bit of sucker growth, as that one does as well. But friends, that one behind is a beautiful, healthy alder. It's quite tall, actually. These are good sized trees, okay? But this one's stone dead. It's stone dead. It looks like it might be getting some mushroom content happening here. It's quite tall. Could I tie in to this big fir? Of course I could. Of course I could. But I don't know if I will. I honestly don't know if I will. There is a little bit of room here to work with. I'm just gonna shinny up that sucker, and you can see where we gotta go. We gotta get to that main union there. There's 3 main leaders at the crown. But it's blowing. It is blowing, but I'm feeling confident that I can, mind you, that kicks back on us, that one piece there, doesn't it, friends? See, there it is there. But you can see what I'm talking about is there's like seeds. There's seed configuration. The tree has a movement in it, in the wind, that is solid on the stump. And here it is here. So these are things to look at, friends, when you're getting into a situation like this. Still dead, but it had a little more life to it, to be honest with you, friends. It had a little more spring in it. So the cuts you choose are super important. You might need those other two and the weight of it to pull that back one out. So these are things to look at when you start getting into cutting any kind of tree, alive, dead, or what. It's blowing. It's actually ripping in here. Could also climb this alder beside it, but then I'm in a tree that's rocking and rolling. Notice these two trees. They're the exact same tree. One's got foliage in it, and watch what happens when the wind comes up. It starts whipping around, while the one with no foliage in it doesn't. It's just standing there like a pin in the wind. Watch. See? Look at it. There it goes. That alder starts rocking and rolling, while the one on the dead one's not doing anything. So these are factors, friends, factors.
Friends, good morning. One quick hello to our new friend, our virtual friend who follows our channel and watches us here. And it's my new little buddy, Ewan. He's 12 years old. And I mentioned the other day that he was in a place that his family never would have imagined. And nor did Ewan. But, buddy, we're here. And I'm going to say hi to you on my videos. So if you're sitting there in a place that you're maybe wish you were out doing something else, well, I'm here to tell you that time's coming, brother. It's coming. So I just wanted to say hi today, Ewan. And I hope you're watching. And your parents, thank you so much for allowing us into your lives. Ewan, I love you, buddy.
People ask me all the time. Good afternoon, friends. People ask me all the time. Buck, and I'm starting to climb trees. Friends, I'm a tree man. I'm a logger. I'm a faller, production faller. I'm a freaking tree climber. I'm a uke man. I'm not an oak man. I'm not a spurless guy. I can spurless climb, but it is a horrible sight to watch, and I prefer not to. I do it in beech trees, skinny bark trees, some maples, younger maples, but I prune in spurs, okay? That's what we do here. So if you're looking for all the fancy, I don't even know the names for all this stuff. Friends, I freaking started climbing trees with one strap. So, but I get asked all the times, you know, Buck, and what do you recommend for climbing gear? I'm like, well, the Weaver 1085 is like a couch to me. It's light. It's, this is what I use. I remember, it's all on the channel. I remember going from a freaking, oh, I forget what it was. It was a Weaver belt as well. No, it was a Buckingham. Pardon me, it was a Buckingham. So this thing was like a freaking moving to a sofa. And it's like all of them. It's got a, you know, it's got suspenders, which was a whole new ball game to me. I didn't even know. I didn't even know about it. So, you asked. They've been in this game for a long, long time. The Weaver 1085 is what I'm wearing. It's got leg straps. They're comfy as heck. It's got a floating D on your, it's simple for the simple layman who wants to stick on the hooks or do whatever and be a climber. This is a climber's belt. It's what it is. It's got the piece that goes across here to hold the suspenders from slipping off your freaking shoulders. Friends, I love this belt. I love it. I do it when I'm going to be in it for any amount of time. I don't do a lot of hanging around. I do a lot of just climb and destroy something, come down. I don't do a lot of hanging and floating around like a surgeon, tree surgeon from wherever. They get offended, actually, at some of the stuff I do. They would never think of doing some of the stuff that I would do, and they tell me about it in my comment sections. I'm going to say this right now, and I'll probably say this more going forward in our world. Men, real distinguished, true, humble men don't throw mud at other men. They either get to know them and they become very, very strong friends and they create amazing things together, or they don't like one another and they create what is called competition. And that works in even an amazing way. But the last thing that should be done is slinging mud. Use one another to become better, but as soon as you start slinging mud at one, you've lost. You're not even a man anymore in my mind. As soon as you start slinging it, you lose it for me. You've lost it. You're weak, actually, is what you are. So get that, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
She's dead. And I'm just gonna whittle my way up there. I'm not really gonna tie into anything. I'm just gonna go up.
Yeah, I tell climbers to stay on the back side of the tree. On the high side of the tree. Well, obviously, friends, this tree's dead. The bark is actually, it's not good, friends. Look, it's sinking right in. It's alder. The back side of the tree is here, and that's the underside of the tree. And the reason climbing the back side of the tree is because you can just see everything. I got my Nicks on, my Nick Vergs, I call them, because they're Viberg tops. And anyways, never mind that. We got this. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Could I tie in somewheres? Yeah, I could tie in way behind me in that fir, do something crazy and weird. Or I could also climb the tree. Yeah, we got some, we're gonna find out here in a hurry what this is like. Tree's not in good shape. About it. So there's a, see, I'm sliding down the tree right now. See this? It's because the tree's leaning. So if you throw your strap too high, you got problems. So this thing isn't pretty, friends. It's not. I gotta go a fair ways up there. I gotta go a fair ways, and the wind is ripping. Just, yeah, the bark's flaking off this thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at it. Ooh. Actually, this thing's probably got no root system. Interesting. It's not even picking into the bark, friends. It's very interesting, this tree. See? Just go easy. You see there's seed pods on it, but it's rocking, friends. It's rocking. You see there's seed pods on it, but it's rocking, friends. It's rocking. So we should be thinking about making our shot here pretty quick, and there is a shot. So I'm gonna take a look here. Yeah, see,
It's not pretty. It's not pretty. I might let this thing go, friends, in here. See what I'm saying? See this? This is what we're dealing with right here. It's dead, but there's still a little bit of fiber in it. This is stuff you need to put in your brain. So alders are goofy, friends. They're freaking goofy. I'm letting this thing go. Okay. We're set up. See, friends? Here we go. Show you another thing I like to do with trees like this. See that? See that right there? That's the tail of my scare strap, friends. So now I'm 3 tied in. See? Here we go. Now we're tied in. It broke off and took that limb out. See this dog? See this right here? Look! You hear this thing, friends? You hear that thing cracking? Yeah. It's just cracking all the way down the tree, right through. That's because it's compressed on the inside and loaded. See this? Look at, there's fiber here now, and we're starting to crack. Let's just let a little one go right in the middle there. I'll back bar this. I might even cut this right off. If you're freaked out, friends, about trees splitting on you, just grab your freaking piece of rope, right? There you go. Now, if it cracks and splits, it's not going anywhere. It's just not going anywhere. We can leave you a little wildlife stem if you want. So I tried to get it to swing in there, but it didn't. It didn't hang on. And if I knew if it broke, it would just bust off and go. But I tried to swing it to the side. Not alder on a hard lean like that though. Better to throw it into its lean. Okay, so I'll show you what the thought process here was. Okay, here's the stump. It was leaning down the trail. We wanted to save out as much freaking underbrush and foliage. It's a beautiful little park in here. You guys are okay there now? Yeah. And so if it goes across, it smashes all that up. And if it goes too thin, right friends? It smashes everything up. So I wanted it straight down the driveway on top of that firewood because we're gonna start ripping that up now. Now, here's the stump. Take a look. This will be very interesting. Look at it. Hey, little Dutchman right there, about a 1/2 inch Dutchman. Wasn't worried about it, was leaning super, super hard. So there is some fiber in the stump, friends, see? Little bit of fiber left in it. Interesting. So I knew, because I've only done so many of these freaking things, that I was kind of knew what we were looking at here today. But I needed to get here because the longer you wait on these freaking alder trees, friends, you're kind of taking the chance on them, right? So let's get this thing bucked up. All right, you guys don't see me do this very often. See this? Well, the reason I tried to get that tree, right, to do what I wanted it to walk over to the left. I didn't know exactly what it would have in it for fiber. So I tried, because worst case scenario, friends, it breaks off. That's it. That's the worst case scenario. I'm okay with that because I knew it would slide down, but what I didn't want to create was what we have right now. And that's a hanger. Bean bags are super, super handy. Whether I get this or not, I do not know. But I am going to try it. So let's see. I've thrown one bean bag in my life. I don't even know how to throw them. I think you'd go like this or something. And there it is. So that was like right on the money, friends. But I didn't get it. Nope. Nope, we're not. So, yeah. I was shooting for a different crotch. No, go around it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I like this. We got this. Oh, don't even. You dirty! Friends. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
That's in there pretty good. Let's see what happens like this now. I'll get you guys back here and see if we can get this, friends. It's hard to say. This is in there pretty good, but you never know. Ha ha! We've in on the bag. You'll see in the GoPro footage where I tried to swing the top over here because there was a bit more room here. I didn't want to bust this up. Well, it did have no part of it. It flipped off into its lay and it broke, and it did put a hanger in there. And I knew that would happen if it went that way. My fear was the top would hang up, but it was heavy enough to break through. So we did a little beanbag action and I got the limb out. So she's down, everything's clean. And this is another job for the recipient program. They came out to, whatever, you know the deal. These people are making a donation to the Samaritan House. It's called the Island Crisis Care Society. Island Crisis Care Society. That's who our work goes to. Those are one of the places that our work goes to. And I am talking about this stuff because I encourage you to help those people in your neighborhood who are trying to help the downtrodden. Not everybody's got rich parents, friends. some of these people on the streets. I know it's an issue. I know it is. I know, oh, and you think this and I think that, and everybody thinks a different thing. That doesn't matter. What matters is there are companies and people trying to make a difference in there. I don't care who it is or what they're doing. I'm supporting them because I've been there. So this is the game. This is why we do tree work now. My brother, back down the Indian's place. Oh, he's got saws. Oh, is that a 395? Oh, it is a 395.
I'm bad at sharpening.
I won't look at it. This is actually a nice log.